certainly congratulate the Solidarity Campaign in Britain for being so active, so combative, and so big scope. I think, of course, we are here in Trade Union Congress, and that's a reason. We have the support of the trade unions, we have the support of the workers. Now, let me say how I see things in the future. In the first place, we must be very proud and very sure that what we have done is the work of the effort of the Cuban people and the solidarity with Cuba. So this is significant. We are entering a new stage. This new stage, it doesn't mean the end. The end will come. The end will come. I am an optimist. I am a born optimist. So I think that eventually we will be able to get the moment when the blockade is lifted, when Guantanamo is returned, when we get compensation for the damages caused, when the Cuban Adjustment Act be eliminated, when all the subversive policies of the United States against Cuba are also eliminated. That doesn't mean that the big contradiction will always be there. It's in the nature of things, as Rafael pointed out about the nature of the scorpion. It's in the nature of imperialism, and no matter that, I have, and I must say, I have respect for President Obama. I think that he did a good job on this one. And I think he really intended from the beginning doing this one. But let us not forget, Obama comes from a society, he became part of the ruling class, but he has roots in another class, in another race, and of course, he is in the middle of a very difficult situation. Today I was hearing that there have been 45 mass murders in the United States this year. Incredible. It's a very complicated society. Where is the elephant? We have to live with that elephant. I am always reminded of a Swahili proverb, what the grass thinks about the elephant. And the grass thinks like this: it doesn't matter if the elephant is making love or making war, he's going to trample on the grass. So, and we will be grass. We are going to be grass, and we have to take into account that. But if we do things right, if we continue to work, I think that the elephant will learn where it can stand and trample on us. That won't be easy, but it's going to happen. So what I want to transmit to you is that in Cuba we are confident that in this battle we will reach what we want to reach. It's not going to be difficult, it's not going to be easy, and it will take some time. But let us focus on what is the immediate future. The immediate future is, as I described, that we are entering a phase of negotiations with the United States. And here the important thing is that we reach negotiations on those, reach agreements on all those issues that we can. Because what the Cuban government is basically looking for, and with the support of the Cuban people, is to create a situation in which whatever happens after Obama, it's going to be very difficult to reverse that. So this is a stage in which the Solidarity Campaign must continue working and be very, very on the alert about the maneuvers that can be taken against Cuba. There are people in the United States that are not happy with what is happening. I can imagine them, festering their wounds. They didn't expect it also. They didn't expect that this was going to happen. And they are going to continue to create provocations. I am sure that we are not going to fall into those provocations. They are going to argue, and that is seen already after a period in which more or less everybody supported, but now, and there was an editorial in El País, one of the most terrible newspapers that I have known. They were saying, what about Cuba? Cuba must do something. Obama did something very important. it's important that the campaign, the solidarity campaign, emphasizes the legal and moral character of the blockade. It's not only that it failed, yes it failed, but it's illegal, it's immoral, and has to be lifted. Not only because of Cuba, thank you. Not only because of Cuba, but because of the rest of the country, of the world. You know what is the problem with the blockade is that they impose on others rules that they impose on their society. If they could, these enemies of the Cuban Revolution, if they could, they would try to get back the blockade on all the things that Obama has done, which are not many, but they are. So this is important that we be aware of the two things that happen, that the enemies of the Cuban Revolution and your enemies might try to do. One, derail it, create a situation of provocation. The slander campaign against Cuba will continue and will be retaken. And secondly, that they start saying Cuba must do something. Well, to put it very simply, Cuba mustn't do anything. We want. They have, frankly speaking, to talk in the slang of American cowboy movies, you have to take it, my friend. We got you. We got you. So, but we need the support of the solidarity campaign to get this done. In the long run, all the big issues are going to be on the table. The blockade, Guantanamo, all these big issues are going to be on the table. And we might face a situation, let us knock on wood it doesn't happen, that maybe the American electorate decides to elect Marco Rubio or Jeb Bush, or, well, Donald Trump, nobody knows what Donald Trump is going to do, really. His clownish kind of politics cannot be very effective to predict on what direction he's going to go. But we have to be aware that the process can be reversible. We haven't reached the moment where we can make it irreversible. We haven't reached that moment yet. Hopefully we can, but we haven't reached that moment yet. So what we are looking at the future is a future in which we will continue to need your support, your solidarity, and at the same time, I promise you, because I am sure that this is the sense of Arlene and Rafael, and certainly what we think, we are going to continue to construct that better society, that prosperous, sustainable, and fair society. Very important to take into account that we are not going to let anyone behind in this struggle of the Cuban people. Because all this came from Martí, all this came to us from Martí. We don't need American imperialism to demonstrate that this is what we need. We need a father and for all, and for the good of all, that is prosperous, because as Martí said, the only way to be good is to be prosperous, and to be independent, and to continue toiling for what we want and what we are going to do.